Hello everyone. We talked before, if you still remember, we talked about the two tenses, the present simple and the past simple. Today we're going to talk about another tense, that is the future. Here, before we talk about it, I'd like to leave you with Mr. Majid to tell you about to give you a review about the present simple that we saw the other day. Yes, Mr. Majid.
Okay, hello Mr. Ahmed, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm good too, thank you so much.
So we have covered we've covered two tenses so far.
Yeah.
The present simple and the past simple.
Yes.
Would you like to tell us about the present simple, if you please?
Yeah. Okay, of course I'm going to give a quick review about what we've been streaming before. We've been talking about the present simple and the past simple.
The past, yes.
Yeah, we've been talking about them, but let me welcome with our viewers. We are really happy to be appearing in your screen here, and let us talk some about the simple present. We said before that we can use the present simple tense to express many things, but there are three major things that we can use to express about them. For example, we can use it for expressing the habits, okay? Or you can habit like something that you do from time to time, frequently, like for example, I go to the gym every day, every week, every Friday, whatever. And also you can use the present simple tense to express about the fact, mainly scientific facts. Mainly scientific facts, for example, things that they do not change by passing the time.
Yes.
And also you can use it for fixed times in the future. You can use it to express the future, as we're going to talk about today.
Yeah.
We can use the present simple tense to express the future. Like for example, the bus leaves at 10 o'clock every morning, something like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the most thing I think that we covered the other day, the day we talked about the present simple, was talking about it in terms of daily routine, talking about our daily life and daily routine, and we saw the three major forms that they were the positive form, the negative form, and the question form. Well, we're going to do the same thing for all tenses that we cover. We covered the past as well, and we saw it talking about yesterday. So today we are going to talk about the future. I'd like just to say something first before we start talking about it. Some linguists say that there is no future tense in English.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my God.
They say that there is no future tense. That is, it means that you know that, for example, we express the past. English, we express the past by inflecting the verb with ed. For example, for regular verbs, so the verb changes when it is irregular. The same thing for the present simple. Even though some people say that we have only the past, we have the past tense in English, and the other tenses we call them non-past. But we have the past, the present, we show the present by adding s to the third person singular. Yeah. But the future, the verb does not change. You cannot add something to the end of the verb to show that it is in the future. Instead, what we do here is that we make use of another verb, which is will. We know that is an auxiliary verb. The first thing is that we use other tenses like the present continuous. We use some phrases like be going to, and that is what we're going to see. Yes. Here, this is just an idea about the future simple, or the future in English. Yes. Yeah, very good.
Let me welcome first with our viewers here. We're going to be really happy if you just shared us with your comments and your opinions today. As you can see, we're going to talk about the future, and mainly our mainly topic today is going to be about plans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, Zain, you're right. In the past, we add ed to most regular verbs in English. But the future, we don't add anything to the verb.
Yeah, that's a...
We use an auxiliary verb, as we said, and so forth. Anyway, now, of course, the future has many uses, as the other tenses that do. Mr. Majid is going to tell us about the uses of the future.
Yeah,
the forms and the uses, yes?
Yeah, the forms and the uses of the future simple tense. Before telling the future uses, or as long as I'm saying them here, okay, I'd like you to give me or to share any ideas. When do we can or where can we use the future simple? What do you use it for? For me, I'm going to tell you that I can use the future simple, which is talk about predictions. If you are predicting something that will happen in the future, just like I'll tell you what, predicting something but without having an evidence. So that's what when we're using well with it. For example, I'm just sitting with you right now and I'm saying that it will rain tomorrow. But guess what? I don't have any proof or any evidence that is going to rain, because the sky it's clear, it's pure, nothing in it, so I don't have any evidences at all. So just this is one of the uses of the future simple, which is we can use it to express the predictions without proof or an evidence. And also we can use it for a quick decisions.
Yes.
Right? If you sitting, for example, and the phone rang, you can say that I'll answer it. I'll answer the phone. I'll get it. So you can say so. So number two, the usages, you can use it for expressing quick decisions. Decisions that you take at the moment. For example, the doorbell rang. For example, it was ringing right now. So you're saying that I'll open it. I'll answer it. And so and so. And also we can use the future simple to make an offer. If you'd like to offer something, for example, but this is not a very good way of offering things to people. But you can use it, but this is not preferred to be used.
Yes.
Like, will you drink a cup of tea? But this is not a very good way. This is not a very polite way.
Yes.
So better than that, you can say that. Would you like to have a cup of tea, for example? Because it is rude if I'm telling you that. Will you drink a cup of tea, or would you like to go right now? That's what does it mean. So and also you can use it for making promises also.
Yeah.
If you study hard, I will get you a prison. So this is the first F conditional. You can use that so to give promises and express about things that is going to happen if you've done something, another thing will going to happen.
Yes.
All right? Yeah. And also you can use it to make a threat. If you want to threat people, for example, I will punish you. I'll punish you. This is a threat. I'm going to use the future simple to make a threat. And also you can use it to make requests, asking people to do something for you. For example, will you bring me your book? But this is not a very polite way of making a request too, because you can use many other expressions of making requests, just like, would you like to, I'm sorry, I was thinking of borrowing your book, something like that.
Yeah.
Which they are a way more polite than well.
Yes.
Or could you lend me your book, whatever, and so and so. And also you can use it to state opinions about the future. Like, for example, I think I will pass the test, which is considered to be a prediction too,
Yes.
right? Yeah. And also the things that which is a fact, to state something which is a fact. For example, right now I am 29, so next year I will be 30. So this is a fact. You can use it to express something which you are sure about, which they are just for true. So let me read some comments here before completing them. Hello, Sabiha. Sabiha, yes? Yeah. Hello, good to see you here. And also using tricks. Using tricks, Jenny, okay. Like, can you explain more about using tricks? Okay. And also you can use it for believe. For example, I believe that he will come to the party. So this is for believing and thinking and things that which are probably used. To sum up all, okay, there are many different usages of well. You're going to use number one, as you can see in the board here, about the prediction. You can use that for quick decisions. You can use it for offers, also promises, threatening people, or giving a warning also. And also you can use it to express a request if you want to ask someone to do something for you. Yeah. And also for you're going to, if you want to state things that are true, nothing else gonna happen, that you're sure an action is going to be happening 100%, like the example I gave you. Alright, so right now maybe Mr. Ahmed is going to give us a quick view about the formation of the future simple and how do we use it. Habiba, thanks so much from your successful lesson. Thank you so much. I just hope you're going to follow us more because we have a plan that we're going to stream live videos for long times here. Can it be used for offer, request, permission, future plan? Yes, of course. Yeah, that's what we're talking about here today. We're going to talk about the future plan. Yes. That's our main topic about. It can be used for refusal as well. Yeah, of course, in a conversation context. Yes. Right? Yeah. So can you read that one?
Yes. This one is long. It says.
Yeah.
Can you please tell me what is your time to come live, and please tell me the time your country, because I live in Pakistan.
All right. I think we've mentioned our time before in a previous video, and it's okay. We're gonna say it again for you.
Yes.
We're going to be live again, inshallah, every Saturday, Monday, Wednesday, okay, at 8 or 8:30, according to the local time of Kuwait, because we are broadcasting from here from Kuwait, and it is 5 by Greenwich time.
Yes.
Yeah. 8 p.m. in the evening, of course.
Yes. Yes.
So we hope that you're going to just give us your ideas, your comments, and what do you think about it. From Afghanistan here, it's 10:12. It's okay. Keep following us in that time. It will be good.
It is about 2 hours.
Yeah.
2 hours.
2 hours in advance.
2 hours and a half, maybe.
Yeah.
Yes. Now talking about the uses here, Abdul says that we can use the future will, especially will,
yeah,
for decisions, for making offers, promises, threats, warnings. Of course, will can be used for many things.
Yeah.
It is an auxiliary verb, of course, and we use it to, as we said here. Why did we mention spontaneous decisions here? Mm-hmm. Most of these things you do them spontaneously. That is, yes, you do not plan to say them. For example, when you threat someone, you do not plan it. You did not plan it before. You did not think about it or consider it before saying it. Mm-hmm. The same thing when you make an offer. It is mainly you do the same thing spontaneously, yeah, and intentionally. You do not plan to do these things or to say these things, or it's the same. So here, I'm going to give you the form, yes, the positive form of the future using will.
Nice class, well done. Thank you so much. Yes. Thank you very much. So now Mr. Ahmed is going to tell us about the formation of the future simple.
Yes, of course. With all subjects, with all pronouns, we use the same. It's the same form. It does not change. The future with will is easy. It is not complicated. It is easy. You can use it. You can make it easily, and you can understand it easily. With all pronouns, I, you, he, she, it, we, you, they. I think that we dealt with pronouns before.
Yeah.
We use this auxiliary verb will, and a negative, and a verb in the infinitive.
Yeah.
A verb in the infinitive. For example, I will call you. I will call you.
And I think this is a promise.
Yes.
Yeah, it could be a promise. This is one usage of it.
Yeah.
Which is, you can use it as a promise.
Yeah,
I'll call you. I'll call you later, for example. Yeah.
And call here is the main verb. Main verb.
Yes.
It doesn't change. We don't add anything to it. We don't add s. We don't add anything. You don't add ing. You don't say I will call in you. You don't say he will calls you or anything. You just say call, and will remains the same. Of course, will, as we said, is an auxiliary verb. Auxiliary verb. And it can be abbreviated by removing the W and I, and you say I'll.
Yeah.
See, I'll call you. I'll call you.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good, yes.
Alright.
Yeah. Now this is the positive form, it's easy. Now this is positive. Yes, Mr. Majid, can you tell us about how we make the negative?
Yeah, I think it's so simple and so easy to make the future simple form make it from the positive. You're just going to make a negative. You're just going to add not to the auxiliary verb. So here, instead of being well, it's going to be only just will not. For example, I will not call you is going to be like the same. I will not call you. So we're just going to add not to well, so it's going to become I will not call you, and it could be we can use a short form for it, which is going to be won't. I won't call you, so yes. They are the same. And remember, as Mr. Ahmed told you, that we can use the same form well plus verb infinitive for any subject pronoun. So it is not difficult at all. It's so easy and simple. So you're just going to use the auxiliary verb well plus the main verb infinitive, just that.
Yes. Now, yes. Now we're going to move to the question form. The question form is easy as usual. Yeah. Yes, very good. Yes, Abdul. Auxiliary verb means helping verb.
Yeah.
No, it is not a
functional.
It is, yes, it is
and
very
a model
good. Yes,
verb.
it is a functional. It is a model verb.
Yeah, it is a model verb.
Yes. Yeah. So anyway, here it's an auxiliary verb. We say, yeah. For example, if I want to ask a question, I just say. I start the question with the auxiliary verb will.
Yeah.
So I say will. For example, I'm asking Mr. Majid.
Yeah.
I say, will you call me? Will you call me?
Yeah, so will you call me? This is yes or no question. So I'm going to say either yes or no. And if I answered with yes, I'm going to give a positive sentence. So it's going to be, as you can see in the board, yes, I will, which is a short answer. And if you're going to make a negative, okay, you can, I'm just going to say no, I won't, or no, I will not.
Abdul, yes, very good, yes.
When do we shall in the future? Yeah, we can use shall in the future. You can use in the question form too.
We use shall here.
Yeah, shall I and we.
With I and we.
Yeah. We're just using them with I and we, shall. For example, shall I go to the doctor right now or
yes.
tomorrow?
To make a request,
yeah.
You can use shall, yes. Shall I call you, for example, shall I call you? This is asking for a suggestion.
Yeah.
I'm asking for suggestion. Shall we go to the cinema? Shall we go out?
Yeah, and this is an offer.
Yes.
This is kind of offer. Yes,
it is
this
asking
way
for suggestion.
Yeah, an offer. Example, so for
what
example,
shall I do?
Yeah.
What shall I do?
Asking for advice.
Yes.
This is what shall I do? This is asking for advice.
But pay heed, please, as we said. the verb will, the verb shall is formal.
Yeah.
It is considered formal. Most people don't use it. They avoid using it. To be safe, to be on safe ground, do not use it. Use will instead.
Yes.
That's very good, yes.
Yeah, that's good.
Yes. So this is the question form. Now what matters here is that we're talking about the future. Why did we write here spontaneous? Because future can be either, when we talk about the future, our statements can be either spontaneous or they can be planned, yes. Planned. Yeah. This is what we're going to focus on today.
Yeah.
We're going to focus on plans, future using future plans here. We're not going to talk about anything, we're going to talk about future plans. This is what we use. We use what? We don't use will here, talking about our future plans. We use this phrase, which is be going to. Be going to.
And this is our main topic today. We go with the usage of be going to in the future plan.
Yes.
How to make sentences with have been and has been in the future. This is the future perfect simple.
Yes.
The future perfect. Maybe we're going to tackle this later because we're
something
just
different. Yes.
yeah, it's different. We began streaming our videos about the simple tenses. Okay, these are the remember always. I always in every video, I'm saying that these statements. In order to be able to speak English well, you have to, at least you have to know the 3 simple tenses just to be able to express about your present and your future and your past.
Yes.
Yep.
Now, what is the difference? Can you tell us? Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am.
We are fine. Thank you.
How are you? We're fine, thank you. How about you?
Yes. Now, can you tell me the difference now between I will, for example, I will, for example, I'll see.
Yeah.
Well, I'll visit. I'll visit you tomorrow. Or I'll visit you.
Yeah, I'll visit you tomorrow.
Tomorrow. And I'm going to. I am verb to be. Going to visit you tomorrow.
Yeah, I think we have a question. Samantha, how can I grow my vocabulary? It's easy, but it is. You can grow your vocabulary by many different things, and like for example, reading. You can read anything, but you have to be interested in what you read, and also you can while reading, you go into find new words that they go into. What was that? Going to translate them into your own mother tongue, so you have to know and memorize the meaning of that. You can listen, you can watch TV while listening, while watching. Of course, you're going to know some new vocabularies, and maybe we're going to make a lecture, okay, or make a video specialized talking about how to get new vocabulary, because it is a very wide topic. It's very there are many different ways of getting it, but mainly today we're just concentrating on the verb to be of or going to, using or expressing about the future plan.
Yes. Yeah.
Like for example, I'm going to visit you, and I will visit you. So can you tell me what's the difference between them?
Yeah, tell us the difference between these two here. I'm going to and I will here.
Yeah.
As we said, of course, as we mentioned earlier, the future, as the other tenses, the English tenses, has a lot of uses. It can be used in many contexts to express many things. But here we're talking about it in terms of two things. We just want to focus on these two things. We use will here. Will. Some people use them interchangeably. You can use will and go into at the same time. It won't make a difference. But if you want to be accurate, you should use will to talk about spontaneous things, and go into to talk about your plans. You will focus in on plans. Can you please tell us the difference between will and be going to, in these two examples, I'll visit you and I'm going to visit you tomorrow. Jane, yes, that is wise, yes. Never plan a future with people who don't have future plans. Yes, that's right, yes.
But maybe some other times you just maybe you're going to have plans, not supposed to be for a year, but maybe for one day or for tomorrow, for example. Yes. So, for example, I'm planning to go to the hospital tomorrow. So I can say I'm going to the hospital tomorrow.
Yes.
Alright, I can say that. Now, of course, I cannot use I will go to the school or I will go to the hospital tomorrow. So it has something that you really need to know just to be using them properly.
Yes. Ma'am, you asked that question already.
How are you? We are already fine. Thank you.
Yes.
We use future for future state too.
We use the future, as we said, for many things. We're not going to say them all or to explain them all because of the time. We won't have enough time to do that. So here we're just going to tackle these two uses. We're going to talk about using the future to talk about spontaneous things. Like I will open the door, I will answer the phone, I'll pick it up for you, I'll help you as promises, I'll shoot you as a threat.
Yeah, alright.
And to talk about future plans here, we use be going to, like I'm going to visit you. Yes.
Yeah. So I think that we're going to say it anyway. So
Yes.
What's the difference between them?
The difference is written on the board here.
Yeah.
This comes without planning. Like I will visit you. This is spontaneous.
Yeah. This is a quick decision. You mean so? Yeah.
Yes.
For example, I and Mr. Ahmed, okay, we're chatting right now, and just had an idea in my mind. So I'll visit you tomorrow.
Yes.
So I didn't make any arrangements. I didn't make any plan. So that's what we call a quick decision.
Yes.
Because I didn't think about it. And when do I use I'm going to or be going to?
We use be going to talk about something that is premeditated, something that we thought about before doing, like something that we planned. So it is the same. So here it is planned. I'm going to visit you. That is something that I planned to do earlier. Yes, before making my decision. Yes, now I'm going to focus on this here. That is be going to for future plans. Mr. Majid is going to give us the positive form for the subjects, for the English subjects, all of them, and then we're going to move to the negative and to the question afterwards. Yes.
Okay, tell you what. Also, we can use be going to for predictions as well. We can use well for predictions and be going to for predictions too. But the only difference between them is just we're using well without having an evidence. If we don't have an evidence, for example, he will make an accident. So just a normal man is driving his own car, and I think that he will have an accident. So no evidence at all, no proof about what I'm saying. But if that man was driving so fast, so I'm going to say that I'm going to use be going to form expressing the future because I have an evidence here. And the evidence is his driving so fast. So that's the evidence. So that's why I can say he is going to make an accident. So that's the first usage. Or this is another usage of using be going to in the futures. If you have a prediction with a proof. I think they have something to say.
Just because I heard I saw two questions here.
Yeah.
One of them says that going to is present continuous. No, my dear friend, it is not. Be going to is an expression. It is an expression that we use to talk about the future. It is not the present continuous. It is a form. It is an expression that we use with a main verb, like here, as you can see, the main verb is visit, and we use the expression I'm going to visit,
Yeah.
this is not the present continuous. The present continuous of verb visit, which is the main verb, is I am visiting you, and this is something different. It is also talking about the future, but it is something different.
Okay. Excuse me. Do you have something to say?
And one other thing.
Yeah.
Someone says that we use this to talk about tomorrow and this about today. No, they're both future. They are both future. We're talking about the future. The difference is that will is about things that are spontaneous. Spontaneous means not planned, things that he did not think about beforehand, before doing. They just came up. Like I'm talking to Mr. Majid, I say I will call you tomorrow.
Yeah.
This is not planned. I did not think about it before saying it. But this is premeditated. It is planned. This is the difference. I am going to call you, or I'm going to visit you. Yes.
Oh yeah, we do have future continuous tense. Yeah, we have future continuous tense.
Yes.
And we're going to be talking about this later, but
We'll talk about the tenses.
first, excuse me, I'm just going to write something here.
Yes.
We're going to write it again, okay? Yeah.
You can erase all this.
All right.
And
Okay, I just need, I'm going to write down in front of you here three sentences, three examples on the board that may be showing the difference between using well, using be going to, and using the present continuous tense and expressing the future. So let us see.
yes.
For example, if I said that I will travel to Paris next week. So that's a very simple sentence in the using the future simple tense. The same meaning sentence, okay, but using the verb of be going to. So it's going to be I am going to travel to Paris next week. Okay? And also I'm going to use it in the present continuous tense, but I'm going to use the verb travel in the present continuous tense. And we're going to know what's the difference between the three of them. So I am traveling to Paris next week. So let us see. Here, as Mr. Ahmed told us here, we're going to use well, okay, with just spontaneous decisions.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Just like I'm sitting right now and I've made a decision, came out of my mind. I will travel to Paris tomorrow, for example, or I will travel to Paris next week.
Yes.
But the question here, did I arrange anything? Have I made a plan to travel? Of course, there are arrangements and things that you need to do before traveling to somewhere. So here, this is only just a quick decision. A quick decision. I didn't do anything. I decided that I will travel. Okay, but tell you what, the number 2 here, I'm going to travel to Paris. Okay, it means that you have already planned. You have a plan, either in your mind or you have written it on a piece of paper. So that's what we call a planned action, alright, in the future. So that's why we can use be going to, because for example, you're going to book a ticket. You're going to use your passport. You're going to reserve a hotel, for example. You're going to tell your friends that you're going to travel. These kind of things. Of course, you're going to pack your bags before traveling. So if you have a plan, you intended to do these things, okay? So this here exactly, you can use be going to expressing the future. So that's the difference between well and be going to. So the first one, again, you just having a quick decision came out of your mind, okay, without preparing or without doing anything. But I'm going to, and the main verb infinitive, okay, this is a form of expressing the future. If you already have a plan, either in your mind, as I told you, or on a piece of paper that you're willing to do. And you can use the present continuous form, okay, which is I'm traveling to Paris. If you already started doing the action, or you already started doing the arrangements. So for example, right now I'm booking a ticket and somebody asked me, what are you doing? I'm traveling to Paris next week. By the way, as you can see, all of them next week. So the same, all of them, all the action is going to be happening the same time in the future and the same next week. So,
Yes.
but that's what's different between them all. So again, you're going to use well if you have just not planned a decision for a spontaneous decision. Okay, it just came out of your mind suddenly. Okay, but if you already had a plan, if you already knew what you're going to do, anything, for example, if you're going to have a party, if you're going to do things, of course, there are many different things that you need to do that action. Okay, so in this case, we're going to use I'm going to if you have only the plan.
Yeah.
But if you started doing the arrangements, okay, the action is happening right now. And by the way, this is the main usage of the present continuous tense that we are using it to express an action which is happening in the moment of talking. So if somebody asked you, for example, what are you doing? So I'm traveling to Paris. So that's so this was just quickly what we've been talking about, the difference between well and I'm going to or be going to, and also the present continuous tense expressing the future. And I think a lot of people are being confused about the three usages of them, or when do we use them, and so and so.
Khalil, I think that you're asking, if I understand you, that you're asking about why we use the two here. I think that it is confusing you because you see I'm going and you think that this is the present continuous. As we told you before,
Yes.
this is not the present continuous. The whole thing is an expression. I'm going to. This is an expression that we use particularly for the future, to talk about future plans.
Yeah.
And this is what we're focusing on today. We're talking about future plans, so we're going to talk about the second here, which is plan here, the second example.
Yeah.
I'm traveling to Paris. This is an arrangement. It means that, for example, I and Mr. Majid have made an arrangement. We talked about it. We talked through it. We discussed it, and we came up with an arrangement, and we decided. And we said, and then I said to my father, I am traveling to Paris next summer, for example. Yes.
All right. Yeah. That's very good. So right now, I think after making it clear for you the differences between using the well, the form of well, and be going to, and also the present continuous tense express the future. Now it is the time for explaining more details about be going to. Yeah, the positive form and the negative forms and the question forms too.
Yeah.
So as we have been saying before, that we can. Okay. So let me listen to, or let me read your sentences about what are you going to do. Yeah, give us examples about what are you going to do. Yeah, I got it. Thank you. You're most welcome. Thank you so much. I'm traveling, or I am. Yeah, I think that I am traveling. I'm talking about a spelling. Okay. All right. I think if you're going to write down, I'm just gonna use this one. If you're going to use I, you're going to be either am or Just that. If you're asking about this. I am or just now. I am traveling or I'm traveling. This is an abbreviation for am, just that.
Yes.
Okay. Can you give me another example of arrangement?
Mm.
Okay, let me just answer the question.
Use the present continuous.
Yes.
Present continuous, yes.
Yeah, if you have if you are arranging something, okay, you can just use the present continuous tense to express that. For example, I am having a party today. So if you said that sentence, okay, so what comes in my mind? I knew that you have already starting decorating the house. You getting the food ready and the drinks, and you have already invited your friends for the party. So this is what we have. If somebody asked you, what are you going to have or what are you doing? So you say that I'm having a party. So because you have done the arrangements,
Yes.
you have done the things that are required to do that action.
Yeah, that is the difference between the present, the future, the present continuous. To talk about arrangements is that it is arranged with amongst people. Like I arrange it with my friends.
Yeah.
Not just with myself.
Yeah.
But plans can be done with others and just by yourself. You can plan something just by yourself. Benjamin, hello.
Yeah, hello,
Yes.
Benjamin.
Yes, I'm having a party. Now this is the form of the future for plans.
Yeah.
We use be going to. That is verb to be. This is verb to be.
Yeah, verb to be in the present simple.
Yes. See, I am
In the present.
going to
Going
plus
to.
a verb in the infinitive plus an infinitive. Infinitive. Let's say travel. Let's take the verb travel.
Yeah.
By the way, I'd like you please. I think that we should agree on something that we don't normally use. Normally, we don't
Yeah.
use.
We don't say go. We don't say I'm going to go. I'm
Yes.
not saying I'm going to come. No, we're just saying I'm going or I'm coming home or
Yes.
I'm going to school. I'm going to work. But make sure that you're not saying that sentence. Never. I'm going to go, because this is not appropriate.
Yeah, and we'd like you please. Yes. We'd like you please to try and give us some examples using
Yeah.
I am going to. For example, I am going to a future plan. For example, next year,
Yeah.
I'm going to join university next year.
Yeah.
That is a plan. Give us your plans, for example.
So what are you going to do tomorrow? So
Yeah.
tell us what you're gonna do.
I'm going to meet a friend.
Good.
I'm going to meet a friend tonight.
That's perfect.
Yes.
That means that you have planned already about it. That means that you have agreed,
Excellent,
both of you
yes.
agreed
That
on
is- yes.
the time that you're going to be meeting.
Very good. I'm going to the mall. Yes, very good. Yes.
Yeah, very good. I'm going to the mall.
Now, give us examples where you are. I'm going to go to the mall. Okay, let's say I'm going to the mall.
Yeah.
Yes. You are going to. For example, you are going. We can use the same example here and there. It's the same example. We can say. Same example.
All right.
Yes. This is, of course, the positive form. This is the whole thing. Is the positive.
I'm going to learn. Yeah, that's excellent.
Yeah, very good,
Excellent,
yes.
Benjamin. That's very good. I'm going,
to
learn.
learn English, or I'm going to learn a new language. That is
That's very good.
a very good example.
Okay,
yes.
we need to know what are you going to do. So you can just comment with what would your plans. So
Yes.
if you'd like to,
I'm
going to shopping tomorrow.
Very good. Yes, but without
That's-
to.
yeah.
Yes.
I'm going shopping. I can say without. I can say I'm going shopping,
Yes.
right? Without the preposition to here.
Excellent, Muhammad. You are going to watch movies. Yes.
Yeah, Benjamin.
Very
Thanks.
good,
You're
Benjamin,
welcome.
yes. Very good.
Yeah.
Yes, those are good examples, and you can go like that with the other pronouns. It's the same thing.
Yeah, and remember, please remember that this is the main verb. This is the main verb, and this is always an expression that we're using to express a planned future. Because a lot of people have been confused about
Yes. So
both of them.
we can use any verb. You can use the verb travel.
Yeah,
You can use the verb visit. You can say the verb
do,
see.
for
You
example.
can say do, for example. You can say I am going to see a doctor tomorrow.
Yeah, we're going to play football. Yeah, that's very good, excellent. That means that you have agreed on a time that you're going to play, and the time, the place, and this kind of things. Yeah, I'm going to buy something. Yeah,
excellent, yes.
I wish it's not expensive. All right. Yeah, I really mean it. Okay.
Very good, yes. Now here, can you give him the negative? How we make the negative? The negative is easy. The question is easy as well. So we're going to make the negative with the same examples that we have here.
Yeah. So here we're just going to, instead of saying that I'm going to meet a friend tonight. Okay, I'm just going to add not. So it is going to be I'm not going.
Very good.
So here we're just going to add not. I'm not going to meet a friend tonight. That's it. She's going to visit doctor. Okay, that's good.
Fatih, shopping. Shop is a verb. Can be a noun and a verb.
I'm
Here
going
it is used,
shopping.
It is used.
Shopping is in.
It is
what?
used as a noun. As a
Activity, not a
and
verb.
here, yes, it is a gerund. It is not.
Yeah, it's a gerund.
It's a gerund. It is confusing, but it's functioning here as a noun.
Yeah.
It is functioning as a noun. So basically, the sentence is I am going shopping. The main verb in the sentence is go, and it is in the present continuous. And shopping here is a gerund. Like I'm going shopping, I'm going swimming, I'm going hiking, for example. These the verbs, the words that end in ing in this context are not verbs. They are gerunds. They are verbs that function as nouns.
Yeah. All right.
Very
So
good.
here
Going
we
to
have,
visit the park.
we have comments here.
I'm
I'm going to eat something because I'm hungry.
Very good. Yes.
Yeah, that's a very good example. Me too. I'm so hungry. By the way, I'm just after finishing that live video, I'm going to have some food. Yeah. They're going to visit the park.
Yeah.
You need to put here that they are going to visit the park tonight.
Yes.
All right.
When anything is continue now, when you can use I am going to work. When things continue in future, then you can use will going to work. No, my friend, no.
It's not.
No, you don't say that. You don't say will going to. You can say I am going to work now, and it depends on the context. You can say I am going to work now, and you can say I am going to work tomorrow. It depends on the context. Like for example, Mr. Majid and I met, and he asked me, he said, where are you going? I said, I am going to work. I'm talking about now.
So this is an action happening in the moment of talking. That's why we're using the present continuous tense.
Yes. And I can say I'm going to work tomorrow. It depends on the context, on the social context, the situation itself. No, shopping is an activity, not a verb. Shop is
so shopping is an activity, not a verb.
We said that shop is a verb functioning as a noun here.
It's a gerund. That what we call a gerund in a language.
It's a verb basically to which we added an ing. It is functioning as a noun.
Yeah.
It expresses an activity of shopping, like the activity of swimming. These function in a sentence as nouns, my friend. Yes.
Like to make it simple, shopping is interesting.
Yes.
So shopping here is just a noun.
So we're talking about the function of the word in the sentence, but it is an activity.
Yeah.
Of course. Shopping, swimming, eating, all of them. Yes.
I'm going to have for my body. Have what? So you have to complete a sentence.
Yes.
Because it's incomplete. Okay, thank you, sir. You're welcome. Okay.
Yes. So easy. The negative is easy. You just say not. You see, I'm not going to meet my friend tonight.
Yeah.
So the plan is cancelled. You are going to explain my problem. Yes. Very good. Yes.
Okay, that's very good.
Now we'll move to the question. I think the questions, the yes/no questions here.
Yeah.
We just reverse. Like comes here. Verb to be comes at the beginning. So basically, am I going to meet a friend tonight? So we're not going to ask the question, we're going to ask this one here. So I'm asking Mr. Majid, for example, are you going to meet a friend tonight? Are you going to meet a friend tonight?
They're going to married?
They are going to
Get married.
To marry, yes.
Yeah, they're going to get married or they're going to marry.
Yes. Yeah.
It's okay, but they're going to married. No, it doesn't go. It doesn't go.
Yeah, you can say they're going to marry. Very good. That's a good and excellent example because marriage is people don't get married without planning to do so.
Yeah.
So you can say they are going to get married, or they are going to marry next month, for example, next month. Yes.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
So, but that question.
Are you going to meet a friend tonight?
Yeah. So the answer, I'm going to say yes, I am, or no, I'm not.
Yes.
This is for short. But if I wanted to make it a complete long sentence, okay, I can just say, yes, I am going to meet a friend tonight.
Yes.
Or, yes, I'm going, yes, I am, or no, I'm not. And if I wanted to make it complete negative form, I'm going to say that, no, I'm not going to meet a friend tonight, but I'm going to meet him tomorrow. I can say that. This is a full, long, complete sentence with no.
Yes. So here, are you going to meet a friend tonight?
Very good.
Now, we're going to write incomplete sentences like these, or sentences like these, and we'd like you to ask questions if you please. Like for example, watch a film this weekend. Ask a yes/no question like this here.
Yeah.
Watch a film this weekend.
Yeah, so we just need you to practice with us. We need you to exercise with us. Using or forming a yes or no question of be going to.
Very good. Yes, Muhammad. Yes, I'm going.
Can we use auxiliary do to form interrogative question?
Not with this. Not with this. We use do with the positive, with the present simple.
Yeah.
Do is used to make questions and negatives with the present simple.
Yeah. Are you gonna watch a movie this weekend?
Excellent. Yes.
That's very good. That's
of course,
excellent.
as you have just mentioned it, going to is pronounced
As gonna.
Gonna. You can say going to. And
Yeah.
Yes. Now here, very good. Yes. Are you going to? Are you going to watch a film this weekend?
So maybe you'd like to answer that question.
Are you going to watch a film this weekend?
Can you answer that question according to you?
Muhammad, that's all right. Very good. You're excellent.
Yeah.
Hani, hi.
Hani, Disuel, hello, welcome. How are you, Hani? Very pleased that you're here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we would like you please to answer this question.
Just answer that question. This is seen to be in front of you. A yes or no question. Are you going to watch a film this weekend? So what are you going to say?
It's all right.
Yes, I am. You just say yes, I am, not yes, I'm going to. Because if you said so, you really have to complete the sentence, because this is incomplete answer. You should either say yes, I am and stop, which is considered to be a short answer, or you're going to give me a full, complete, long one. You're going to say, for example, yes, I'm going to watch a film this weekend.
Oh, you can say yes, I'm going to do that.
Yeah. With another expression, but you have to give me a full, complete sentence in the meaning.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah. Or no, I'm not going. Oh no, I'm not. Just stop like that. No, I'm not. Just that.
Yeah,
or you can say no, I'm not going to do this, as Mr. Ahmed said. Oh yeah, thank you. You're welcome. That's very good.
Yeah. Now
so let's shoot another one.
Can you, yes.
Here we have play. Yeah, here we have a very good one. We have go on holiday soon.
Yeah.
Go on holiday soon. So this is, can you just write it down here? Yeah. Go on holiday soon. I just need you to form a yes or no question using be going to expressing the future. So how is it going to be? Yes I am, no I'm not. I have to keep it in the same form. I mean full form. Yeah, that's what I meant by so. Yeah. Yes I am, or yes I'm going to the cinema. Slim.
Yeah, very good, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So here we have a question. Okay, I need you to complete that form of a question. We have the main verb here, go.
Yeah.
On holiday soon.
And be careful with that.
Yeah, and remember we said something about go and come. I'm using be going to for expressing the future planned.
Be careful with that go.
We're still waiting for your comments, your question, huh? So what are you gonna say?
Yeah, waiting for you. I'm going to ask, for example, Mr. Majid a question. For example, are you having, or are you going to save some money this year? Are you going to save some money this year?
I think no, I'm not going to save any money this year.
Are you going to improve your English skills?
Yes, of course I'm going to improve my English skills. Yes, yes, of course. You can say that, yes, of course, and stop. You can say, yes, I am, and stop, and so and so.
Are you going to go to bed early tonight?
Well, I don't think so.
It is 9:30.
I don't think so.
Are you going to clean your house soon?
No, I don't think so, because I've already cleaned it.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
and
good.
Are you going to learn something new today?
Of course, yes, I will. I'm going to learn something new today. Of course, I do that. So we're just still waiting for your question, or you're completing for that question here. Go on holiday soon, and remember what we've been. Are you going on holiday soon? Excellent, perfect, Fatih.
Yes.
Yeah, that's very good. Excellent. That's very good of you. Because we cannot say. Are you going to go? This is a wrong form. You cannot use go with going to. That's it.
So are you going on holiday soon? Why aren't you going to save money, Mr. Majid?
You know, Mr. Hani, this is the life.
Question.
Yeah, this is the life expenses. Of course, you know that very much. Thank you for taking it into your consideration.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now we're going to ask
a question
here,
by the way.
First, let's look at this one here.
Any question?
Yes, but when the sentence have no auxiliary verb, then you can use do, does. Example, you do, you go there, do you go there, he sees the tiger, does he see the tiger? I am a friend, that is what I said. You can use do, does, just to make questions, but with the present simple.
Present simple.
That is not what we're talking about here. Here we're talking about the future, and we're talking about using be going to talk about plans, future plans. Yes, Fatih,
I am going with my friend on holiday season. Yeah, that's a very good answer.
Oh, that's cool, yes. Good for
you.
Yeah,
that's very good, and I hope you enjoy it.
Now we're going to ask you about something else that is, that is the present simple. You can go to the video because that'll take some time.
Yeah, we've been talking about before about the previous videos, okay, about the present simple tense, and we explained in detail. So if you missed that video, you can go and see that video again.
Yes. Here, for example, we're going to ask a WH question about improve your English skills. Your English skills.
Yeah. So here we're just going to talk about another kind of questions, which is the WH questions.
Yes. So we're going to ask a question with how.
With how, for example.
How.
Yeah.
you going to, and the main verb is improve.
Yeah. So here, as you can see in the board,
Yes.
how are you going to improve your English skills? So can you answer that question? What are you going to do? My English is very bad. It is okay. Just by practice, practice makes perfect, my friend. Just keep practicing more and more. That's what we're here for. We're here just to help you.
Can you give us some ideas about improving these skills? How are you going to improve your English skills? How are you going to improve? How do you think you're going to improve your speaking skills, for example? Give us some ideas.
Okay, you most welcome, Mohammed. So, how are you going to improve your English skills? As you know, the English skills are listening, speaking, reading, and writing also, and also tell us about vocabulary.
Yeah.
So what do you think? So give us sentences, okay, of course, using be going to. Waiting for what? What are you waiting for?
He's waiting for examples. We told you that in order to get an example about the present simple, that is another topic. We dealt with it in a previous video, and we think that it'll take a long time to deal with it again.
Yes.
So either you go back to the video, or we might talk about it later in the future. We might talk about the present simple in other terms, of course.
And maybe maybe I'm going to post to you the link for that previous video if you didn't find it. So we are going to read lots of books. Yeah, that's very good. That's good. That's for improving what?
Yeah.
For improving.
That is do and does.
Well.
We don't use them. We don't use them to talk about the future, to make questions in the future or the present continuous, unless we use the present simple to talk about the future. For example, the train leaves at 6 tomorrow. I can say, what time does the train leave?
Yeah.
But that is still the future, but that is the tense that is used here is still the present simple. So we use do and does just to ask about verbs that are in the present simple, not the future, neither the present continuous.
Yes.
Yes. So we're going to see that later. Maybe we'll talk about the present continuous soon, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So.
All right.
Anyway, here.
So how are you going to improve your English skills? Let us take them one by one. How about speaking?
Yes, let's change this English with speaking, for example. How are you going to improve your speaking skills?
Yeah, so talking to people for more experience. Yeah, that's very good.
Muhammad, we'd like you to use I am going to. For example, I am going to talk to people. I'm going to talk to people. Yeah,
I think that Muhammad just you given us a spontaneous answer in a conversation. It's okay, you can answer that way, but we want you to use the complete form of using the form of be going to expressing the future. So you should have said that I am going to talk to people for more experience. So you should say that. I'm going to talk. The main verb infinitive, which is talk.
Yeah, we have an example here. I'm going to talk to English people, for example.
Yeah, that's a very good example.
That will improve your speaking skills.
That's very good. Thank you, Mohammed. Thank you. I'm going to talk to. I'm going to talk to, but that's okay. That's very good.
That's all right. That's all right. Yes. Shall we talked
I
about
shall.
it. You can go to the beginning of the video. We talked about using shall and will.
Yeah.
But we're focusing on plans and future plans using be going to. To more focus, instant speaking instead of reading books a lot. Very good. So you can say I am going to focus on speaking rather than reading.
Yeah, that's good.
That. But you cannot do that. You should read. Yes. Give us other are the plans, things that you're going to do in order to learn, in order to improve your skills, your
So
speaking
what else?
skills.
What else you can do to improve your listening skills? What can you do for improving your listening skills? Yes, thank you so much. I've seen some videos about future tense, and they use do. Well, and they use do as auxiliary to form a question. This is only if you're talking about a fixed time. Mr. Ahmed, I've explained that many times. Just like, for example, I can say that the train to the plane to Paris leaves at or flies at 7 o'clock in the morning. So this is a habit for the plane, or this is the habit for a train to leave. So this is that's why we're using the present simple tense, expressing the future. If we have a fixed time, which is a timetable in the future.
Yeah, Mohammed, you can say, as we told you before, talking
Yeah.
about plans, you have to use be going to. So
Yeah.
you're going to say, I'm going to, very good, yes, Fatih, I'm going to listen to people. That
Yeah, I'm
is what
going
you're
to listen to teachers like you. That's very good.
Excellent.
Yeah,
You
excellent.
can say, I'm going to listen to the BBC radio, for example.
Yeah, that's a
I'm
very
going to
good. By
listen
the way, you can listen to the BBC radio.
BBC
This is
radio. Yes.
very good. No, I'm listening. People say I'm listening to people. Okay, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, very good. Yeah. You
That's
can say,
right.
I'm going to. I'm
Or
going
you can
to,
say I'm going to listen to
I'm going
people.
to.
I'm going to.
So right,
Oh,
Mohammed,
okay, sorry, no problem, Muhammad.
I'll have to be.
That's good.
I'm going to. I'm going to, and the verb.
Yes.
I'm going to talk. I'm going to listen.
Yeah.
Can you give us other examples? For example, how to improve your reading skills? How do you think you are going to improve your English skills? Improve speaking English, read English newspaper. Somnath, why didn't you say I am going to read English newspapers? Very
Yeah.
good.
I'm going
Yes.
to listen to BBC News. That's very good.
Very good. Yes.
You can improve your listening skills to watch more movies with subtitles.
Very
Okay,
good.
tell you what. I think that the main what we're talking about here. This is just an exercise about using be, going to, expressing the future. So we're just talking about how to improve our English skills generally. Okay, but we really need you to use it in the be going to form. So for example, if you're gonna say that, you can say that I'm going to listen, I'm going to read more, I'm going to listen to the BP News as one said here.
Very good. Yes.
I'm going to improve speaking English, or I'm going to read the English newspaper. You can say that.
Yeah. Very good. Here you have jihad. You have I'm not going to watch your video anymore. I'm just kidding, teachers. Yes.
Yeah, alright. Thank you so much. You're welcome, by the way.
It's all right.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good example.
Yes.
So,
Now, so anyway, how do you think you can improve, or you're going to improve your
Reading?
your reading skill?
yeah.
We're going to give you our ideas about these things, of course. How to improve these skills: the speaking, the listening, the writing, the reading, and the vocabulary.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about the reading? How can you improve your reading? Give us examples with I am going to. I'm going to read short stories. I'm going
Yeah.
to read newspapers, English newspapers. Mm-hmm.
For example, you're going to read something that you are interested in.
Yes.
Yeah, just like not to be bored.
Yes. How are you going to improve your reading skills?
I'm going to read knowledge books.
Very good. Yes.
It's okay, a very good example. Thank you.
I'm going to read books.
I'm going to read books, just so you can say that knowledge. Oh, about F, say well.
Now we're just giving an example with I, of course, Muhammad. You can
Yeah.
say he is going to do, she is going to, for example, she's going to listen,
Yeah.
he is going to read, we are going to do, we are going to go, we're going to travel, we're going to see. So it's the same thing.
Yeah, you know that be going to, be here stands for am or as are in the present. Yeah, so of course they differ according to the subject pronoun you're using them with.
Yeah, Ali, that's a good example. You have, I'm going to read novels, yes.
Good.
So very good, yes. And that is a good way, of course, of
That's very good.
improving your reading, yes. Yes, very good, yes. Hey. Yeah, yes, Mr. Majid, what do you think? How do you think we can improve these skills? How can we improve? How are you going to improve, for example, you talking about you, how are you going to improve your speaking skills, for example? She's going to read American war books, very good, excellent, yes. That is a very good, yes.
Tell me one thing when I read something I know every word means in my language, but I can't do the meanings, the full sentence meaning. What does it mean? But I can do.
He knows the meaning of a single word in a sentence, but that does not allow him to know the whole meaning of the sentence. That's all right.
It is okay for beginning. If you are just, it is okay. You, of course, you're not going to know whole of that just for the first time or the second or the third even times. So you have to practice more. Just practice more.
Yes.
Just you can look up the words. You can know the meaning through the context. And you don't have to know each and every single word's meaning.
Yes.
Because it's different, by the way. Maybe a word is going to give you another different meaning if you translated it by own.
Yes.
I'm going to speak with native people. Yeah, that's very good. That's a very good example of how to improve your speaking skills. And that's one of it, by the way.
Yes.
That's very good. And also speaking about how to improve your speaking skills. Rather than speaking to native people, you can record to yourself. You can listen to the conversations, okay, and you can record them and listen to them again, and know your mistakes. Know where are your mistakes exactly. So in pronouncing a word, or even if you made a mistake pronouncing the whole sentence, I mean using the intonations and this kind of things, you have to just listen and imitate. So that's how you're going to gain an accent, or how you're going to improve your listening, your speaking skills. So you have to improve your pronunciation first. That's how you're going to do it. I'm going to eat the lunch.
Yes, Muhammad, that's a good example.
Yeah, but I think that you don't have to use that here.
Never use articles with meals.
Yeah, you don't use article with meal. Like for example, I'm going to eat breakfast. Just that, I'm going to eat lunch.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yeah.
You don't use articles with them.
I'm going to improve my reading skills by learning how to how to pronounce some words, saving them in my little memory. It's okay.
Very good. Yes, and
That's okay.
better keep a record. Better keep a record.
Yeah.
To jot down new words that come.
And tell you what, I've tried it by myself, by the way, and I always, all the time, tell my students to do so. If you had a new word, at first you have to know the pronunciation of it. You have to translate it into your own native tongue. And the third one, which is important too, you must know whether if it was formal or informal. And also the last and the most important thing, that you have to put it in a sentence of your own, just to assure that you have you've known the meaning of it. Okay,
Yes.
that's it. So here, sir, can you please give us idea to improve my spelling?
Well, I'll tell you something. Of course, we talked about this before.
Yeah.
People or human beings are not robots. We don't learn through the same means. So, for example, whether it is spelling, whether it is vocabulary, listening, reading, whatever the skill is, we don't learn through the same means. You should do it the way that you feel, that makes you feel comfortable. For example, I learn through reading a lot.
Yeah.
But Mr. Majid, for example, learns through watching, for
Yeah.
example. So we have different ways of learning, different ways of getting information into our minds, of course. So it's the same. The same applies to you. You should do it the way that you feel okay with. You should, if you like watching films, take this and make it in your favor. Use it in your favor. Try to watch films and learn new words.
Yeah.
Take the words from the films, write them down if you like to. Remember them. Go and check your dictionary if you come across new words in films, for example. The same thing if you're into reading. Some people like reading a lot.
Some people don't like reading.
Yeah, some people don't
So
like
they
reading. They like listening more. You can use the skill that you are good at.
Yeah.
If you are good at listening, do that, please. Listen a lot. Listen to the BBC, listen to music or to songs, to English songs. Listen to, watch videos on YouTube, a lot of videos, a lot of teaching videos, a lot of programs that are really appealing on YouTube and other channels. Yes.
Yeah, and the most important thing in acquiring a new language at all, or anything at all new in your life, okay, you must realize that it is going to be difficult.
Yeah.
So you don't have to be in a rush. You don't have to be. You just need more patience. You have to be patient, because while learning, you're going to do a lot of mistakes, and guess what? From these mistakes, you're learning. You're not going to be able to learn without doing any mistakes. Now, I think that we've been discussing about this later in our first video.
Yes.
Yeah.
So now waiting for you. If you'd like to give us to share with us your. I prefer reading English.
I prefer reading idioms to improve my skill. It's okay. That's very good.
Yes, that's the verb that you should use. I prefer.
Yeah.
So you're going to learn through the way you prefer, the way that you feel comfortable with, that you feel confident with.
Okay, here we have a question. Where are you from, guys? Actually, I'm from Egypt, okay, and Mr. Ahmed is from Morocco, and we're happy streaming you live here from Kuwait.
Yes.
That's it.
Now we'd like before we go on, because I think that time is up.
Yeah.
So before finishing this video, I'm going to give you some ideas about how to, like, from my experience. Of course, as I just told you, it is different, and it differs from one person to another. Like, the way I learn isn't the way Mr. Majid learns, isn't the way that other people learn.
And by the way, without interrupting you, Mr., if you allowed me, we can. A lot of people also, a lot of our students, okay, they're learning through practicing.
Yeah.
So that's I think this is the most effective way of learning. So if you're learning something, you have to practice it yourself. So that's why we're making sure that you are sharing with us your ideas, you're commenting on us, and practicing with us the lesson that we're explaining for you, because this is most important thing. You have to apply the grammar or apply the thing that you have gained recently.
Yes. It's Nori from Algeria. That is, you are very welcome. You are welcome.
Yeah, welcome from Algeria.
Mm.
Okay, so you were about to give you.
Yeah, for example, talking about improving speaking skills, I'm going to say I am going to speak to native people, because that is what I did. Really, I spoke to native people. I'm going to speak to native people. I'm going to seize the opportunity to speak to people who are good at English, who have good pronunciation, and they are good at the language. About improving my listening skills, I'm going to listen to the BBC. I'm going to watch my favorite TV channels on YouTube. I'm going to watch movies that I like. How to improve my writing skill? I'm going to write. I'm going to write a lot. Choose a topic, any topic that you like. For example, something that came up to you, something that you thought about, and just go and write about it. Don't care about making mistakes. Making mistakes is one of the ways you have to make mistakes. It is that is how you learn. We learn through making mistakes. Never feel ashamed. Never feel never feel bad about making mistakes.
Yeah, all right. Just speaking about mistakes, Mr. Ahmed, because a lot of students are being plucked. They pluck themselves from learning English because they are afraid of doing mistakes. Because as you know, that mistakes from mistakes we're learning. We're just learning from our mistakes. So don't be afraid ever of doing a mistake. If you, for example, if you try to speak to a native speaker and you're afraid, maybe you're going to make mistakes. Well, tell you what, they do not care about your mistakes. They just need to communicate with you, and they need to get the idea that you want to convey your words. And they're going to help you, by the way. They're not going to measure you, which level you are, or these things that you bother your mind with. By the way, you have your own mother tongue. We said this thing before. You have your own mother tongue. You're learning a new language, which is something very good. Maybe native speakers themselves. The British and the American people. Okay, maybe they don't have only just one language. They have only one language, which is the English language. But tell you what, you are trying to get another language, and gaining another language meaning gaining another soul. Because I've read that once before. You're going to be able to deal with a lot of different people from a lot of different nationalities, and you're going to gain maybe, of course, you're going to improve your social status. You're going to improve your job. You're going to improve your whole life. So especially English nowadays.
Yes, sure.
Yeah.
Yes, we have here something. You have a problem with oral presentation, that is spoken presentation or presentation, because presentations are mainly spoken.
Tell you what, before I've made a presentation about how to be a good presenter, maybe I'm going to share it with you. Okay, it has many procedures just to be a good presenter. You have a lot of many things that you take care of. What accent do you think is better for a new English student?
Yeah, you have to do like we talked about this also. We talked about this before. You never care about the accent, because your mother tongue is going to affect the way you pronounce the second language, that is English in this case. You should never care about that. It's alright to have an accent. Like for example, you're from Algeria, for example, or from India, for example, you have this Indian accent. Yes. It's alright. It's alright to have an Arabic accent while you speak in English, because that's your mother language. Affects English. It's really a complicated topic, and it needs a lot of time to talk about. Here we have. I saw something here about spelling. Fatih, you should write a lot. Take notes, write vocab, new words, write them down. Practice writing, and your spelling is going to improve through time. Usman, thank you, my friend. Yeah.
Next time when I will see your video.
And I think I just gave you my ideas about 3 skills. I think that you have to give us the 3 others, and we're going to leave. Just the ideas about this, just quickly. Yes.
Reading and skill. Okay. All right. About how to improve your reading skills in English. Okay. Of course, you just if you like reading, that's so important that you have to like reading. If you don't like reading, it's okay. You don't bother yourself. So you can learn through other activities, just rather than writing, listening, watching videos, or any other things. But if you're going to read, please, for my sake, don't just read anything, but just read something that you really like. Because if you read something, for example, I don't like history, alright? So if I don't like history and I wanted to read a historical book, so I'm not going to be interested. And that's the most important thing that you have to have if you are going to learn English through reading. So you have to read something that you're really interested in, just not to be bored. not to be bored. For example, if you like stories, you can read stories. You can read more than learning. You're going to be interested in the actions of the story itself, right? For example, you're not going to be feeling bored rather than you are learning English. And also, if you if you're going to read, don't choose. You have to choose the book that you're going to read rather than the kind of the difficulty, the difficulty of level of the words, the difficulty of the book.
Yeah.
At the end of every book, you have the difficulty of whether if it was for beginners or intermediate or pre-intermediate or what. You have to see the difficulty of the book first. Yeah, and this is something important.
I'd like to say something.
Yeah.
I think that all of you are aware that there are publishing houses, famous publishing houses
Macmillan,
like Macmillan. These houses, like Penguin, for example, offer books like adopted books for different levels, for various levels, beginners, starters, elementary, and you can choose whether you like American, British, or whatever you like. And you can go and you choose, for example, beginner or starter, whatever that you think you feel comfortable with, and you can read.
And tell you what, if you're going to choose the difficulty of the book, don't. If you are a beginner, for example, don't choose beginner. Just choose a little bit higher level, just so that you can acquire or learn or gain more new vocabularies. Yeah. So, but don't choose the same level because you're not seeking for the same level you are. Also, moving to the next one because we have no time. Talking about the vocabulary, and this is a very long topic. You can get vocabulary from reading. Okay. Well, of course, while reading, you're going to meet or encounter with new difficult words. So you're going to, as Mr. Ahmed told you before, you're going to look them up and know their meanings and so on and so on. That's what Mr. Ahmed told us about. And also you can write about anything. Write anything. Write about a paragraph about nature, about computer, about technology, inventions, whatever. Even you can write your own diary. You can write down what did you do that day or today or anything. Of course, while reading, you're going to find words, okay, that you know the equivalent in your mother tongue, whatever was it. And you will need to know the meanings in English, so that's why you can go to the dictionary again or one of the websites, okay, to check them and learn them. Of course, there are many other ways, okay, but for speaking shortly because we have no time, how to improve your grammar. Amiga, you're choosing a very long topic.
Nice.
Yeah.
But I'm just going to go like Adi is giving.
Yeah. If you wanted to improve your grammar, of course, practice makes perfect in everything. So, if you have a point of weakness in any of the skills or anything, okay, you just have to stress on it. You have to practice more of it. So, speaking about the grammar here. The grammar is not difficult, by the way. It is so easy, but just maybe you just had that idea because a lot of people think so. But if you practice it's going to be fun and it's going to be simple.
Yes.
I'm not going to be able to talk about all of these things because they are heavy topics and they are long topics. Yeah. So
anyway, hey, Javier, you're talking about pronunciation.
The most important thing is the pronunciation.
Vivian said that accent is not important as long as you are understood.
Yeah, speaking about accent, don't care about the accent you're going to speak in. Just speak English. We need you to speak English, whatever was the accent.
Yeah, your
so
accent
we need you just to be understood. The person you're speaking to is able to understand what you're saying, or even the context. He understand the messages or the message that you sent to them. That's what all about the speaking. But of course, the more you're going to be like a native speaker, the more you're going to be better.
Yeah,
that's it.
This Fatih, the same thing. As I just told you should write. Write about things you like. Or read something like you read a story, for example Treasure Island, read it, and then write a short summary. Summarize it, yes.
Going to switch.
Yes, yes. We are leaving.
All right. So right now we're just going to leave. We're going to leave. Okay. Yeah. This is the future be going to form that we've been talking about today. Yeah. Today we've been talking about we had an overview about the future simple and when do we use it and how do we use it, and the positive form, the negative form, also the question forms of either yes or no question or a WH questions are the same that we did with the be going to, and we've explained a lot of differences between using the future simple and be going to form, and also the using of the present continuous tense expressing the future. Yes. All this and more you're going to be finding it in this video. So if you missed the video, so I advise you to watch it from the beginning. It has been a pleasure for having you here, Mr. Ahmed.
It's been a pleasure having you too.
Yeah, thank you so much, and we welcome you every time. And don't forget that we're going to be streaming again on next what day is it today?
Tomorrow.
Yeah, Monday. We're going to we're going to be broadcasting. Or we're going to broadcast our video, next video inshallah, next Monday. It's going to be at from 8, it's going to be 8:30, about 8:30, according to Kuwait's local time. It's
5:30.
It's 5:30 by Greenwich time in the evening. Thank you so much, and take care to you too. Thank you so much. Nice job, guys. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
I'm going to see you next time. Bye bye.